people
But they're
as
losing
well.
people.
I don't think it's in any danger of decline, nor is New York City. And these are very vibrant places.
I don't think we're going to
for
ever
fundamental
agree.
reasons.
Hi, my name is Kyle. Today, we're looking at a video from a U.S. Senate hearing. The questioning senator is Senator John Kennedy, and answering his questions are three economists. Currently, a heated debate is underway in the U.S. regarding tax proposals targeting the wealthy.
Do you think appreciation of assets that are not sold, unrealized gain, should be taxed?
I think you should have to prepay tax on it that will eventually be due at sale, gift, or bequest.
What do you mean prepay the tax?
Sure. So if I have $5 billion of unrealized capital gains, I have $5 billion of taxable income, and I'm currently paying $1.5 billion on that. So that's a 15% overall tax.
The senator pressed the witnesses hard on the wealth tax issue. Why is this necessary? The witness initially answered questions about taxing unrealized gains with confidence.
Let's suppose an American owns a piece of real estate they inherited from their father or their mother. And it was, when they inherited it, they got to step up in basis, it's worth $100,000. And all of a sudden, the interstate came through. And the property is now worth $1 million if they sell it. But they don't plan to sell it. They're going to leave it to the kids. Do you think that Americans should have to pay tax on the unrealized gain, the increase in value?
Senator Kennedy then brought up a specific example, asking, if someone inherits a piece of real estate, do they need to pay tax on those unrealized gains? The witness suddenly began to stammer, failing to give a clear answer.
In general, no. At that level of wealth, for example, housing.
You think only wealthy people should?
At the very top, it's hard to tax,
But let me be sure understand what you're saying. All right, let's suppose that's not just an average American. Let's suppose that's an American. What do you define as rich?
In the minimum income tax, it's $100 million of wealth or more.
Okay, so you think if you're really wealthy, you should have to pay a tax on your unrealized gain?
I think you should have to partially prepay if you're liquid, if you have liquidity to pay.
Do you think somebody? Why can't you economists answer questions?
Running out of patience, the senator pressed further. Does anyone actually need to pay tax? Only then did the witness reluctantly answer that those at the very top should prepay a portion if they have liquidity.
Should any American have to pay tax on unrealized gain? Why can't you just answer me?
Yes, there are some who should.
Who?
The ultra-wealthy who have liquidity should prepay some tax.
What if they don't have liquidity?
They should not have to pay, and they will owe at sale, bequest, or gift.
So if you have cash, you ought to have to pay, but if you don't have to pay?
To prepay. I have in my testimony, there are examples of how this works so that you can preserve incentives to build a new company, take it public.
Okay.
The witness then gave another strange response, backing down to say that if they lack liquidity, they don't have to pay right now and can just wait until the property is sold, bequeathed, or gifted.
What do you think, Dr. McBride? Do you think we should start taxing unrealized gain? And what do you think that'll do to the economy?
Well, I have several concerns about the approach. The first of which is it's completely untested. It's never been tried in this country. We have more than 100 years of history with the income tax, and
Europe's tried it, haven't they?
No, they've tried wealth taxes.
Yeah.
Their experience with wealth taxes has
How
been
did that turn out?
Bad. It resulted in a lot of taxpayers exiting the country, for one thing, in France, for instance, other countries that have tried it.
He warned that this is an experiment America has never tried, highlighting its dangerous nature. He cited the failure of European wealth taxes, pointing out how France's policy backfired due to tax avoidance and a massive exodus of the wealthy.
Doctor, why do you and Dr. Yagan, why do y'all want to punish wealthy people?
I think I can speak for both of us that we're not interested in punishing anyone. We're interested
Well,
in
you're
having
interested
a
in taxing
fiscal
the hell out of them
system.
more than anybody else.
Why do you want to punish the rich? The witness denied this, claiming it was all for fairness.
I think
Why,
the
what makes you
reforms
think?
that Professor
What makes you think that making tax policy on the basis of class or status makes sense?
I think it's a very American phenomena that throughout the history of the income tax, we have valued progressivity, and our current income tax does that. We used to rely on things like tariffs to raise revenue. Tariffs are regressive consumption taxes that disproportionately hurt the poor. Like, we believe in this country that those with the greater ability to pay should pay more of the burden.
He emphasized the progressive tradition of the U.S. tax system, arguing that requiring those with greater ability to pay more tax is essential to maintaining capitalism. However, the senator countered, is it really reasonable to formulate tax policy based on class?
Tax system.
Can
and
I ask you a question?
Yes.
Why do you think so many wealthy people are leaving New York City?
New York City is, an incredible city of innovation, immigration, entrepreneurship.
Yeah, but why are so many wealthy people leaving?
I think there are big advantages to living near centers of entrepreneurial activity, and we see that on the west.
You think they're leaving to be nearer to centers of entrepreneurial activity, do you?
Well, I don't think there are a lot of people, fleeing New York City. That New York City has.
Sure they are. There are thousands. I mean, there have been study after study after study. Why are so many wealthy people leaving New York City?
I think there's an enormous number of wealthy people who are in New York City and continue.
But why
to
are so many leaving?
I can't speak to why particular people
I can
leave.
tell you
I
why.
know
It's
that
taxes.
According to 2023 IRS data, New York State suffered severe tax revenue losses due to the outflow of high-income earners, who clearly migrated to states like Florida with no state income tax.
You know that as well as I do. It's taxes.
I think if you look at the economic,
Some of it's crime, but most of it is taxes.
well,
People vote with their feet. The same reason that people are leaving California and moving to Austin.
if you look at California, it's one of the most successful economies in the world, and it continues to be so. It attracts people.
But they're
as
losing
well.
people.
I don't think it's in any danger of decline, nor is New York City. And these are very vibrant places.
I don't think we're going to
for
ever
fundamental
agree.
reasons. Yeah.
I don't think we're going to ever agree.
The witness insisted that New York is still alive and well, but the data simply doesn't support her claim, with high-income earners making up a significant portion and the vast majority moving to Florida, where there is no income tax. What are your thoughts on taxing unrealized gains?